Welcome to the Positive Productivity Podcast, episode number 77.
Welcome to Positive Productivity Podcast, where we empower our audience to achieve and appreciate personal and professional success, especially in the face of adversity. Listen in as our guests reveal their stories of challenges and hurdles and how they overcame defeat and became triumphant in their endeavors. Let's get motivated and move forward with your host, Kim Sutton.
Welcome back to another episode of Positive Productivity. Today's episode is actually inspired by a conversation I just had literally minutes ago with a client. In the years since I started my business, it has become a standard practice for me to recommend that clients have standard operating procedures walking through every step of their business systems. If you are building a team, or even if you are managing your whole business yourself, it's really important that you have SOPs created so that when you bring in a new team member, you can hand these documents over and they can walk through the steps to complete the tasks without too many questions to you. While I understand that a lot of the time there will be questions, and probably more than a few, standard operating procedures reduce a lot of the time necessary in setting up systems for new team members. Standard operating procedures can be used in a variety of different business functions. So for every single task that you complete on a daily basis or that any one of your team members completes, I recommend strongly that you create these documents. There's a great book called Work the System by Sam Carpenter, and if you would like to learn more about how SOPs can benefit your business, I definitely recommend that you check this book out. You can get the link for the book on the show notes, which you can find at thekimsutton.com/pp077. Besides standard operating procedures, the other thing that you should always have in your business is source files for any assets that you have created by others. This could include apps, logos, any graphical assets, ebooks, really anything that is created by somebody other than yourself. When you pay for these assets to be created, they should always be owned by you. You may decide to allow the person who creates them to use them in their portfolio, but at the end of the day, you need to know that you have the source files in hand. The way this came up today is that my client has developed an app, and they do not have the source file. When there are items that need to be updated, it's really important that my client knows that they have the source file in hand in case the person who developed the app is not available. When you have the source files, you also want to make sure that you save them in a safe location, such as Dropbox or another cloud-based storage system. That way, if your computer faces a meltdown, which I've experienced on at least one occasion, you know that you always have all the files that you need. If you have any questions about creating SOPs or how to go about obtaining source files for any asset that you have created and may not have already gotten, please feel free to contact me. And again, you can find all the show notes at thekimsutton.com/pp077. With this said, go forth and have a positive and productive day. Hey there, this is Kim Sutton, host of the Positive Productivity Podcast, and I just want to take a quick moment to thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed it and were inspired, I would love to hear your feedback. Please take a moment or two and visit the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or on my website at thekimsutton.com to leave your rating or review. I'd also like to invite you to join the Positive Productivity Book Club and to find out more about my coaching packages by visiting thekimsutton.com. Until the next episode, I hope you have a positive and productive day.